Hey everyone, good evening. Welcome. Hope all of you are able to see my screen and can hear me. Can I have a confirmation, please? Team, can anyone please
Good
confirm?
evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Krishnan. Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. All right. So we understand why R, we understand the differences and analogies between SAS and R and Python. So enough discussion on the history or why should we learn R or the comparisons. Now, let's start with R, actual R. I requested you guys to go ahead and download, R and R Studio. Have you done with the installation part, guys, all of you?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Whoever is not installed also, there is a simplest way to do that. All you are going to do is going to be just go with R for Windows, just Google it. You're going to take to a page called CRAN, correct? From the CRAN page, you can download it. That is the one simplest way. Or you can also just go ahead with www.r-project.org. r-project. I'll type it completely. r-project.org. So this is a place where you can simply just go with r-project. You can see there is a CRAN here, CRAN. This is going to be the one of the widest network that we have for R, correct? In this, you can see the latest version. The latest version, you can download it. Just by clicking on it, it will take you to the mirror page. From the page, you can download it. I just have downloaded it here. You can see the R. All right. So along with you, I just wanted to install it. That's the reason I haven't installed it yet. So I just downloaded it. Then, if I want to go with the R Studio, just go ahead with Poise. Posit, if you can go ahead with, yeah, Posit is easy one. You can simply go there. If you go there, simply you can go with install R Studio. You can see download R Studio desktop for the Windows. If you click on it, it will automatically download it as well. So there are two downloads. One is going to be this, the other one is going to be the R Studio. First, I'm just going with the R. All I'm trying to do is going to be just click on it, and the installation is very, very, very straightforward. Just go with the defaults. Here I'm interested to go with the quick launch as well. I just install the quick launch. So once R is downloaded, all you need to do is just double click on it and install it. Once you do with that, once R is ready, R Studio will take a lot of time to download, so a lot of time to install. So say for said, what we do is first we go with R, download it, do some basic commands. While we are doing the basic commands, parallelly we are going to install the R Studio. Okay, so first let's go with the R. So the latest version itself, I'm downloading it and installing it, which is nothing but R4.4.2. Generally, any of the organization is they will go one version lower just for making sure that it is bug free, right? It is installed. Now I can just come back here. I'll go to the quick launch. Now I just go to R. Here it is, R4.4.2. Click on it. You should be able to see console. Within that particular console, as long as you are able to see this cursor, then the installation is successful. But I still want to double click it, or I want to confirm it. If the installation is successful or not, I want to confirm it. So to do that particular confirmation, what we can do is, you can just go with some of the commands. Some of the easiest commands are going to be, you can see at the top, help. It's one of the function. So if you want to either just hit enter on this, automatically you can see it has taken you to the help page. Correct? If it is successfully done, then you can see all this. Let us say that it is successfully created or successfully installed, but still I wanted to see what are the packages that are installed here? We are not sure what packages are installed because in SAS, everything comes together. In SAS, everything, it comes together. So you don't have a problem at all. You don't have a problem at all. But when it comes to this particular one, everything will not come as a package. No, it is not going to come as a package. Only base R is going to be downloaded by default. Other than base R, everything else, few packages will get downloaded. The remaining you have to download based on your requirement. You should know what is required for you. And based on that, you need to proceed with, okay, this is one of the application, sorry, this is one of the package that I would need it. For this particular package, I need to go with this. Or I need to, if I have the package, well and good. If I don't have the package, I need to download it and I need to use it. Downloading the packages, loading the packages is one of the easiest tasks here. Remember, it is not at all difficult. We are going to do few of the packages installation and loading today, just as a introduction. I will not go too deep today, but definitely for the introduction purpose, definitely we will go there. Okay, that is one thing that we need to understand, all of us. What I'm trying to say here, I'm trying to say that the moment your R is installed, you're supposed to see these details. Now, if you type license, right? Either I can go with CE or SE, both of them are okay. Now you can see this, it is showing that it is a licensed version. It is the version 3 of the license. It clearly indicates that you did a good job. Everything is done here. Everything is done here. You understand that there are no issues with whatever we have. It is properly installed. It is properly installed. Now, after installation, still if I wanted to check anything, for an example, yesterday someone asked me, Murli, are we going to go deeper into the deployer or are we going to go deep into the tidyverse? Let's say I'm just going to do something called what packages I wanted to see, or just wanted to see what are the various functionalities we have. Just wanted to see that. Okay, before that, the another way I can check this particular one is I can go ahead with version. This will give a clarity. This is your Windows platform on which machine that you have installed. What is going to be the major and minor versions, which year it got released, and what is the current version. And you can also see the nickname. The nickname also you can see it here. If I'm not wrong, I don't know whether have you seen it or not. You can see pile of leaves. The same nickname is also here. So this confirms that you have successfully installed everything. You have successfully installed everything. I believe some of you might be using R already. Can anyone tell me how to see the list of packages that are already installed in R? Anyone? Anyone? You might be using, right? Right? You might be using, right? How to see what are the packages that are installed already? Anyone? I know how to install the new packages that anyways I'm going to delete. Already, whatever the list of packages that are installed in your R programming already, how to see that? This is one of the things. Let's say install. Anything, guys, you can see it is a tab. It is a tab field, tab auto field. That is, let's say I want to do the installation, right? Just say IN. Hit your tab key. It is going to show you if you double hit the tab key, it is going to show you all the functions, all the commands which are going to start with IN. These are all the ones which are starting with IN. In that, can you see that there is something called installed packages? There is install.packages, there is installed.packages. Installed means already installation done. Go with that. Installed packages. Nothing else is required. Just say installed packages. These and all installed. Whatever you can see it on the screen right now, all these are already installed. Is already installed, right? Or the list, whether the installation is there or not, also you can see. So you can also make sure you can simplify this particular one as well. We are going to see these arguments later, but still, let's see. If I wanted to see Murli, there is too much of information here. I don't want to go to all the information. What I can do, I can go ahead with, let's say 1:5, and I'll say comma. The meaning of this is it is going to show you the first 5. Can you see? The first 5. So if after braces, we are going to discuss this later also, but any function in R, after the function name, you are going to have the braces. The braces is going to indicate it's a function. If you are going to put a rectangular braces, 2 rectangular braces, if you put it after it, and if you separate them by comma, the first one will talk about the rows, the second one will talk about the columns. The first one talk about the rows, second one talk about the columns. So now what we have done here, we just went with install.packages. Ideally, it is going to give everything. Then we put an argument. The argument here is going to be, I wanted to select the first 5 rows, row number 1 to row number 5. Colon is for the 2. It is for 2. 1 to 5. That is 1:5. Comma. I want all the columns means I don't put anything. Let's say I want just 2 columns. I just put 2 here. Obviously, it is going to take only 2 columns. See, only 2 columns it has taken, right? So all we need to understand here is going to be installed packages. If I want to see, I can do that by using a function called installed.packages. If I'm not sure of any function, but on a lighter note, if you know 1 or 2 characters or 1 or 2 letters in that particular function, all you need to do is just type it and hit tab key 2 times. It is going to show you all the things which are going to start with that. Clear? The basic things. Now, we know that R is already installed. The second thing that I need to go with is going to be the R Studio. So R Studio is going to take a little time because it is going to install a lot of stuff in that, plenty of stuff in that. So let it install here. While it is being installed, let's play with this particular console for some time, right? So what I can do here, in R, everything that you are going to write here is called as an expression. Anything that you are going to type here, you are going to call that as an expression. R is going to take the expression from you as an input. It is going to evaluate that particular expression. And for few expressions, it is going to give you the output. For few expressions, it won't respond at all. Mean to say that there is nothing to respond to R. So it won't respond. When it is not responding, don't worry. It doesn't mean that it is not what I can call it as. It is not giving the output. It means you have asked something wrong. Okay. And also this is prompt, right? Whatever you can see here is going to be the prompt, right? Just give me 1 second. Guys, just give me 1 minute. I'll be back in a moment, please. I'm sorry, there is severe cough. That's the reason uh, I had to put it on mute. Sorry for that. Okay. Now you can see this is what my cursor, right? Right. This cursor also you can change it. Mean to say, I'm not comfortable just by seeing a cursor like this. Instead of this, I'll be comfortable if it is showing me that, hey, Murli, this is not just a regular one. It is actually a R1. It is a R command prompt. Even for that, you can use some options. You can think that, Murli, these are simple, right? Yes, these are simple, but this is going to add an extra, what I can call it as effort to you. And that effort is going to make you feel happy. Just say, whatever the prompt I have here, I just wanted to put that particular prompt as like this. I just put the prompt like this. See now? What it is telling me now? Murli, are you actually using R? You can write your name also. You can write your project name also. Anything you can write it. All I'm trying to do is I'm just using the global options. By using the global options, I'm just changing the prompt. Is it really essentials? Not. But is it worth enough? Yes. Because by looking at the screen from the console, you can see that it is actually a R code rather than R console rather than a simple console that we use it for the other purposes. Correct or not, guys? It looks simple, but everything is going to be a worth enough here, right? And you can also see a lot of options here. All the options, you can see it at the top, right? Under the edit, you can see, you can change the colors, whatever the color that you want, you can change it. If you wanted to change the Windows options, the console options, if you want to change, you can change it. Whatever the changes that you wanted to see in this particular one, all of those you can change it. All of those you can change it, right? The change is up to you, because I'm a guy who always change it. I don't want to go with regular ones like this. I always prefer to go with a white background with a black on the top of your thing. I don't like this red. It always, I feel that it is something, a danger symbol. That is my view. That is my view, right? So you always can change all your GUI preferences, graphical user interface preferences. You can change it. You can have your own color, you can have your own font, you can have your own size as well, right? Not very essential, but still it's good to have it. That's the reason I just mentioned it here. Now, let's say you're working where your files are being saved. Anyone? How do you know where your files are being saved?
It is the default directory.
What is the default directory? How do you know that?
Maybe in the user's location of C drive, I mean, wherever the software is installed.
But how do you know it? That's what I'm saying. If I
We need to
install it,
set up one.
no, I haven't set up. I don't know whether I have set up or not, let's say. Then I don't know whether I have set
Generally, if
up
I
or not.
want to know the location, I used to save as and see where it is
That is
getting
file
saved.
location. If you say save as, that is file location. This is a console. This is a console. Console is different from the file. Okay. If you are a Linux user, you might know something called present working directory, PWD. This is what you do in Linux to know which where exactly it is. If I wanted to see that, we are going to look at this particular one. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys, office call couldn't stop it. Sorry for it. Okay. So present working directory. This is one of the way you are going to get it. It is Linux. Remember, the moment you are in the console, right? Console is equivalent to your command prompt. Equivalent to your command prompt. So you are going to get used to commands as well. Remember, how good you are in navigating the tool, you should be equally good in understanding the commands as well, right? So one of the commands simply is going to land us or help us with the directory is going to be get WD, get working directory. This is a default. Gopi, you can see it is not redirecting you to the where it is got installed. It is redirecting to your documents. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
let us say I'm not interested in keeping here because it's a document. It's going to be a common place. I wanted to do, let's say for every project that I'm working on, I wanted to have a separate path for it, right? I wanted to keep everything over there. For an example, I'll go to my desktop. Sometime back, I have created a project. I have created something called R Essentials. In the R Essentials, I created something called R class. Okay, or let's say R Essentials. This is the folder that I want to use. I wanted to create all my console data, everything. I wanted to keep it here. In this location, I wanted to keep it here. I want to customize it. It is more or less equivalent to creating a permanent library in SAS. Remember how to create a permanent library? I'm going to use a libref followed by libname followed by libreference followed by path. It creates a permanent directory. Correct? Otherwise, everything is going to be in a work directory. You can consider default one is nothing but your work directory. Now, I'm interested to create my own library, my own working directory. The library in SAS is equivalent to working directory in R programming. I wanted to do that. All I need to do is either I can choose that particular one from the graphical user interface. From the R Studio, it is very easy. I can simply do that. Or if I want to do it from the console, I would need the path first. This is the path. All I need to do here is going to be set. There it is going to be get working directory, right? I want to do the set working directory. See, I don't know the command completely. So what I can do, double click, just double hit. I can see there is something called set WD here, last line, first column, last row, set WD, right? In the set WD, I just need to give this. You can use the double quote or you can use the single quotes. It's up to you. It's up to you. The moment you are supplying the string, you need to use the quotes. That can be a single, that can be double. It's up to you. What it is telling? Oh, there are some hexadecimals. So let's change it to double quotes. This also we can change it. We can change it. Still, it is not allowing me. Hyphen U used without hexadecimal. So in this particular one, there is some issue. In this particular case, set, done. What we have done here, we use 2 slashes. Remember, the meaning of this is, Python also works in the same way. The meaning of this is, hash is nothing but, you can call this particular one as escape character. Because system is not able to understand what is this forward slash is. It is not able to understand. Since it is not able to understand, what we are trying to do is, we are asking system, don't consider it, escape it. We are asking to escape it, right? So now, wherever if you have a special character and if your system, our system don't want to read that, use the hash, use the forward slash. If you use it, it will be act like a escape character. Clear? The only thing that I have changed here is I just use the escape character. Now run your previous command. If you want to go to the previous commands, just use the up arrow. If you use the up arrow, automatically it will take you to the previous command. You don't need to type the entire command again. Now I want to see the get working directory. Now, has it changed to the R essentials? Now, whatever I'm going to create now will be stored here. This will become my working directory. The best part of R is whatever you are doing in the console, you can do the same in R Studio also. We will also go there. Okay.
Sir?
Next. Tell me.
Sir, instead of double slash, the forward slash would work?
No. Escape character always is going to be the backslash. Only this.
No, because in blue line,
It will
the
show
slash
like
is
this.
really-
No. I understand what you're trying to say. Always our console works as a Linux environment. Linux, it is going to be the forward slash. You understand what I'm trying to say? The meaning is, this is Windows. But your R console will be in an assumption that you are still in the Linux environment only. That is the reason you can see here. This is the actual representation of Windows. The bottom one is the actual representation. But how the upper one is? Though you use it, always R console shows this as a Linux one. That is the reason it will change it to the forward slash. But it doesn't mean that you are using the forward slash. Are you clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Always remember that. That's the reason when we are supplying it, we supplied in the forward direction only, not in the backward direction. Good. So what we understand here, how to use the console, number 1, how to change the prompt, number 2, number 3, how to see the current working directory, number 4, how to set the current working directory, how to set the directory where you want to store the files. These 4 we understand. Now, let us say, I can install and I can also update the packages. I can do both of them. But that particular one we can do later. For now, since we have the basic understanding of what is what, now we try to go and we try to talk about how R Studio is going to help you. R Studio is a graphical user representation or graphical user interface of R. So first, always I need to install R, then I can go with R Studio. Now we have already installed R and R is successfully running. Now it's the time we can go ahead with the R Studio, right? Simply I can go to this. I can see there is a R Studio. I'm just going to launch it. When you launch R Studio, the look and feel almost going to similar to what you can see here, but there is a slight change. So here I have only one window. In that window only we are seeing everything. But when we go to R, that is R Studio, there is a slight change. By default, you are going to see 3 different windows. Let's say this will not come to you by default. Yeah, this is how it is. Right? By default, you are going to have a console. This is console, right? The same console will be available here also. Whatever the commands that you have run over there, the same commands you can run here also. In addition to that, you can see there is something called terminal. This terminal is equivalent to the terminal that you can see here. Right? The same one. Right? The same one. But by default, since before I set up my working directory to R class, sometime back I have set it up. That's the reason it is showing this here. Okay. Next. You can also see that if there are any jobs, you can schedule it. If you schedule a job, that scheduled job, whichever is running in the background, that is going to be shown here. There are no jobs running right now. That's the reason background jobs is going to be empty. Anytime if you want to clean it up, you can clean it up. You can always suppose if you run some program, it is running for quite a long time, but it is not getting killed. It is not giving the output also. You simply come here, just kill it, right? Terminate it. So console, we all know. On the right hand side here, you can see there is something called this portion, environment. This environment, how do you understand is, all of you are well aware of what are called macro symbol tables, right? In SAS, you have something called macro variables. The macro variables having two different scopes, global scope, local scope. These two will be stored within a logical table called macro symbol table. The macro symbol table will be having two partitions, local symbol table, global symbol table, correct? There I have data set variables and I have macro variables. So we are talking about the macro variables there. When it comes to R, every variable that you are creating, let's say you are creating a variable called name. Name is equal to Murali. I'm creating one variable. That variable you can see here. All the environmental related data I can see here, the red color box that I'm showing to you. Your history of the commands, if you connect it to any of the server details, everything will be seen under this, right? This is the first thing. Console you already know. And come to this part. Here, for an example, right now I already have a project. So what I'll do is I'll remove this particular project. Let's say that I'm going to delete it. Permanently, I'm deleting it. And I'm closing my session. Again, I'm creating it. Don't worry, for 1-2 days, you may feel a little difficult to catch up what is happening. Only for 1-2 days. Then, however, whatever the level of comfort that you have right now with the SAS or right now with whatever the programming language that you are using, the same level of language you are going to get it. The same level of thing you are going to get it again. So now you can see this is the untitled one, right? This is how my thing is, and you can see there are no projects available. Whatever you can see here, the file portion, which is nothing but my complete desktop. This is my desktop. If you create any plots will be here. Any packages, can you see the packages here? These are all different R packages. You can see whatever have a tick mark like this, these will indicate that this got installed. This got installed. You have something called data sets which got installed, graphics, GR devices, methods. These are the packages that that got installed automatically. If you wanted to create new packages, load new packages, simply you can select them here. If you have a tool, you can select them. If you want to update the packages, can you see that there is something called check for the updates? Any update is there, it automatically get updated. If you want to install something new, for an example, just I'm giving you a simple example. I just wanted to go with a thing called curl, right? Curl and just say install. It is going to install automatically. You can see the moment I install it, you can see that here it is already there. It is already there. If I don't want it, you can come back to this and you can just say uninstall. You removed. Either you can add a new package or you can remove the new packages here. Remember, unlike SAS, all the packages will not come together here. Based on your requirement, you need to install them. So far, all of you are with me. Can I have a confirmation? Right? Now, you can ask me, Murli, it looks like same as your R only, right? This console and this console look same to me. Obviously, yes. Then how it is different? Where can I write the program? The answer is going to be simple. Here, can you see there is a plus mark? Can you see a new file? Create R script. Now you can see this console at the bottom, left-hand side bottom, whatever the console is there, that console is equivalent to R console. Then you can write all your program in this untitled one and you can run it just like your SAS. Just like SAS. All right. So let's work on this particular piece right now. For an example, let's work on very simple things to understand it. We don't need to complicate the stuff. Let's go with the simple stuff. Very, very simple level of understanding we will go. Tell me, guys, we strictly go with the SAS. However, we go with the SAS, we will go in the same fashion here. I wanted to create a variable called name. Name is equal to Murali. How do you do it in SAS? You create a data step. In the data step, you write a data followed by data set name, run. Between the data and run, you are going to use the assignment operator. The assignment operator is equal to name is Murali. And you create it as a statement, so colon you are going to put there. Then let's say age is equal to 39. Let us say gender is equal to male. These three variables you are creating. Anything you are putting in a double quotes, it is going to become a character. Anything you are just putting normally with the digits is going to be a numeric. This is how SAS understands it. R also will be having the same level of understanding. Same level of understanding. But here in SAS or in any other programming language, the assignment operator is equal to. Here, the assignment operator is less than followed by hyphen. If I wanted to assign something, I need to use lesser than followed by hyphen. Take this 1, 2, 3. Right? Now, simply copy this. Go to your R Studio, paste it here. I told you at the beginning, in R, everything will be called it as an expression. Correct? Everything will be called it as an expression. Some expressions you are going to get the output, some expressions you don't get the output. This you will call it as an evaluation. For an example, I want to run only the first line. Select it. You can use the run command here. Now you can see the same thing which got executed in your console at the back end. And you can also see it created a variable called name. But in R programming, you don't call them as the variables. You call them as vectors. Anything that you are creating in R is going to be a vector. A vector can be numeric, a vector can be character, a vector can be logical, it can be a list, it can be a dictionary, it can be anything else as well. Matrix or anything, factor, all this. You're going to learn all this, don't worry. Just I'm giving you the introduction only. Today, all I'm trying to do is I'm just giving an introduction to R, nothing else. Just tool, look and feel only we are doing, nothing else. All right. See, the moment you created a variable or the moment you created a vector, automatically it is coming here as a vector and its value. Suppose if you want to run group of statements together, either you can select all of them and you can hit run here, or if you wanted to use the shortcut, control enter, both of them, hit together. Now you can see age, gender, name, all these three variables are created. But you don't see any output. Am I correct or not? I don't see any output. Right? So, now, I wanted to write any comments. In SAS, you are going to use star followed by semicolon. Or comments as a block. This one I'm going to use. Here, for everything, if I want to write any command, simply I'm going to use hash. Anything after the hash is going to be a comment. Let's say I'm here just saying that assigning or creating new vectors. Done. Now, print vector values. I want to print vector values. There are two ways I can do. Number one, I can simply type name and I can hit enter. Now you can see name as Murali. correct? Or I can also do this, print followed by variable name. What happened here? Anyone? I'm not getting the output. Can you see output become plus over there? Plus. One is spelling mistake. Second thing is the command is not recognizable. R couldn't recognize this command. So when R couldn't recognize this command, simply it is going to show a plus here. It won't do anything. It simply show like this. What should I do now? First of all, if I wanted to come out of this particular one, hit escape. Escape key is there na? In the console, just touch that and just say escape. It will come out. Now again, I'm going to say print and enter. Is it the same output? Either you type the name, the variable name as it is, or you're going to type print followed by name. Both of them are same. Remember, unlike SAS, R is a case sensitive. Remember, I can write my complete program in the uppercase, lowercase, prop case, whatever the case it is in SAS. But when it comes to R programming, it is case sensitive. See, I wanted to print or I wanted to see the value of name, but capital N. What it is telling? I don't know the object called capital N-A-M-E. I don't see it. Variable names there, I can type it in any way of my choice. But here, no, it is case sensitive. Remember, R is case sensitive. Whatever the case that you have used, you should use the same case. Okay? Now, let me try something else. These are called individual objects, correct? I can also create an object as a data frame also. I can also create multiple values together. For an example, the name I wanted to update like this. I wanted to have 3 different names, multiple values I want to enter, multiple records at a time. I want to do this. All I need to do is C followed by in the braces. You can have all your data separated by commas. I want to enter, let's say 4 records. One guy name is Murali, another guy name is Krishna. All my names only I'm entering. Then I'm going to have someone called Tenali. Then I have someone called, let's say, Karthik. 4 names I'm entering now. Similarly, age. I want to define the age of each of this particular person. Again, C. This is numeric now, right? 39. Let's say I'm just going to say 41. Then I'm going to have 32. Then I'm going to have 18. 4 different people, 4 different ages. 4 different ages. Maybe last one, I just change the name. Let's say I just put Anu. Then I want to go with the gender as well. When I want to go with the gender, this time C, again, character, right? 4 values. So let's say male, 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 and female. I'm going to run all these together. But can you see that? It has overwritten the value. If you are using the same variable name, if you are using the same object, the object values will get overwritten automatically. You can see this, right? Now, this is name. This is the name, which is having 4 values, 4 different values. Character with 4 values. Gender, character with 4 values. It is nothing but an array. Object as an array. Correct? Now what we can do is, in SAS, we always go with the tables. Correct? Let's create a table here. The table, we can call it as a data frame. So create a data frame. Don't worry, I'm going to explain everything about character, numeric, integers, floats, doubles, strings, list, matrices, vectors. Everything I'm going to explain. This is only to give you the crux of how the programming looks like, nothing else. Okay. Now, I wanted to create a data frame. So to create a data frame, let's say that this is an employee data frame. Employee. I'm going to use something called data. Can you see there is a frame here? You can see it is a data frame, correct? I just use it. Just hit the tab, automatically it will complete. I'm going to use these three variables as an input. Name, age, gender. I'm using already created objects as a input to the data frame. Now see the beauty of it. Can you see the data over there? Employee. Now click on it. Can you see on the left hand side? It is nothing but a table, right? Now, data frames you can visually see as a table. So before, if you go to the console, I cannot see all this. I can type the same in the console. For an example, I can go ahead with all this. See, I'm coming back to the console. What happened? Copy. Paste. Done. Now if I can type name and I can see the value, age I can see. Similarly, gender I can see. Now I can also create a data frame also here. Same command I can copy it here. Right. Now if I call employee, I can only see like this. I cannot see it as a proper table. If I wanted to see it as a proper table, now I can come back and I can go back to this particular one. The moment I double click on it, I can see the complete details. That is the beauty of your RStudio. Right now, sometime back, I have explained you how to see the rows and how to see the columns separately. Correct? Let us say my requirement here is I wanted to see only the name and age. Gender is not important to me. Just name and age I wanted to see. Can anyone tell me how to see that? I just wanted to see name and age. Can anyone?
We need to give numbers in square brackets only.
We need to give labels in the square bracket. Okay. So can you help me with that? What is the meaning of it? Let us say employee. Then you're saying square brackets.
Within the square brackets, we need to give 1:3.
1:3.
Comma. 1, 3.
Okay. What did you get? My output is
within the
Murali
name.
Krishna Tenali. Then okay, no worries. Let's not go with the trial and error. Let's understand the concept simply. I told you some time back, square brackets are rectangular braces, comma. Before comma, what I have is going to be the rows. After comma, what I have is the columns. Is that what I said? Right? I don't want to touch the rows now. I want to touch only the columns. That is, I want only the first two columns. Am I right? So rows part, I leave it. I don't do anything here. I'll go to the column part. First column to second column. If I want to use the 2, I said colon. Correct? Everything we discussed already. Colon is going to act like a 2. First, in the rectangular braces, before the comma, whatever you have is going to represent the rows. After what comma you are going to have is going to be the columns. Done? Done? No changes to number of rows. 4 rows are there or the 4 rows I got. When it comes to the columns, I want only the 2 columns, the first 2 columns, 1 and 2. Now, let me ask you another question. I need all of them. Let's say print only name and age, for employees whose age is, who are older than 30, who are older than 30 years. This is my requirement. How do you do this? I want only the name and age for employees who are older than 30 years. That is, except Anu, the remaining 3 people has to come. How do you do this? I know that you don't know R, but I'm asking you to give a guess. Because you know how to select the rows now, you know how to select the columns now. I don't want to make changes in the columns now. Columns will come as it is. I need the 2 columns, I just put the 2 columns. Now, where the filter I need to put? I need to put the filter on what? Age.
Age.
Here, yeah. Here is the clue actually, you can see.
Greater than 30.
Here is the clue. What is this? My data frame is going to be employee. In that, the column is going to be $age. Everything is here already, you can see. Employee, $age. I have to use the same thing now. I wanted to choose one of the object from the data frame. Then I need to use whatever is going to be the complete data frame name, $. Now you can see automatically it is giving the suggestions to you. Which one I need to put now? Age. Sorry. This one is choosing your column. Now I need to put a condition, right? What is the condition? It should be greater than 30.
30.
That's it. Now you can see at the bottom I have 39, 41, and 32. 18 is eliminated because it is not part of it. All my interest here is just to give you the overview of our programming. I wanted to, erase that something in your mind saying that R is difficult. No. Compared to SAS, R might be difficult. But once you start picking the commands and the functions, you feel R is more easier than SAS. This is one level. This is one level. I can actually do a lot better than this by using the packages. For an example, whatever I have shown here, if I wanted to do the same in a different way, if I want to do it like a program, I want to do it, right? We can still do that by using a wonderful package called tidyverse, right? I don't have tidyverse here for now. For an example, I don't have a tidyverse. So how to install the tidyverse? I can see here whether the tidyverse is there or not. I can see here. I can simply go down and I can see there is no tidyverse. Can you see that? There is no package name called tidyverse. So all I can do is, if I want to install anything, install tidyverse. We have a separate module for tidyverse. Don't worry. This is just for understanding purpose, right? All I need to do is install.packages. Within the install.packages, I need to go with the tidyverse. It automatically installs. Can you see that? It is just going to the CRAN. From the CRAN, it is bringing the data and it has tidyverse is successfully unpacked and checked. Tidyverse is ready. I want to load that. It is only installed, but I want to load that. Load packaging. And so going forward, this is what we are going to do. Anything that I want to do, I can install that particular package and I can start using it. To load that particular one, I have to use something called library. Within the library, I just going to give tidyverse. It is going to take little time because it is going to load all those, right? So attaching the core tidyverse packages and it is saying blah, blah, and it just updated. All packages are up to date. Okay, now come back to it. Now I have tidyverse ready, right? Okay, there is something called, because I installed some time back a different version of it. That is the reason it is showing the conflicts. All you can do is, if you want to redo that particular one, you can simply say tidyverse conflicts, right? If I want to force it, but for now I don't need to force anything. It is there, I can use it. All you need to do is, this is what my employee, right? Use percentage greater than percentage. Don't worry, you'll come to know it. You can see automatically when I hit enter, it takes a tab space and come here. That is, you are within the data frame now. You are within the data frame now. Now I can write something what I can do in SAS. There you are going to use the proc SQL. Within the proc SQL, you are going to select your columns, right? Similarly, I can select my columns here. Yeah, I want the name and age only. Okay. Only name and age I wanted to have it. After that, again, percentage greater than percentage. Second one, I want to apply a filter. Just use filter. Filter. On what I need to put the filter? On age. What is the filter? Age greater than 30. Done. Again, put percentage greater percentage. Now I need to use something called arrange. Arrange is the one which is going to tell, hey, I'm going to arrange it on what variable? On age variable, I want to arrange it. Done. Nothing else I need to do. Just run this. Is it going to be the same output? Is it going to be the same output? The arrange here is nothing but it acted like a sort. You can see 32 first, 39 first, 41 next. Suppose if I wanted to say arrange it on name. Now it is going to sort it on name. K first, M next, then T. So how do you want to arrange it? It's up to you. Arranging is nothing but ascending order of sorting. So when you have packages like this, life is so cool. So whatever is going to be the requirement, you are going to simply install that particular package, load the package, start working on it. So if you don't have the packages, if you want to work on the raw data, that is how it is. If you want to work by using the packages, this is how it is. I want to create my own packages, create it. I want to create my own functions, do it. It's up to us how we want to do it. Right? So R, if you install R, you can simply go to the console. If you go to the R Studio, along with the console, you are going to have two different options. Those are going to be, you can have a good look at your environmental variables that you are creating. At the same time, you can write a package clearly here, and you can also save it. Anything which is going to get saved, it will saved with .r. It is going to save with .r. Suppose I'm going here, I'm going with the R essentials, R class, and here I'm just going ahead with first class. Saved. Saved. I can also do one thing. I can save this entire thing as a project. Let's say for your batch, I want to take the class for your batch. Let's say it is going to be a December batch. All I can do is just go here, right? Now you can see, or I can create, if you're doing it for the first time, go ahead with the new directory. I already have a directory ready, right? Or maybe I can also do this. R directory, in the, you can see, I can go ahead with where and all I can do it. If not, I can just simply go ahead with existing directory, browse your directory. I created sometime back essentials, right? R essentials, right? I can simply go there. R class, this is the one I should use it, and create a project. So going forward, whatever I'm going to do, this is where it is going to get installed. This is where it is going to get installed. So now you can see, I just go here, and I can also either I can create the existing new program, or I can also open the existing one. This is my existing one, right? Save it. Now, if you go with a get working directory, present working directory, everything will be set. Suppose if you say get working directory, can anyone tell me what is going to be my working directory now? Wherever my project is right now, that is my working directory. Automatically set, correct? So going forward, what I can do for your entire class, I'm going to use this working directory. Or within this, I can create one folder called, let's say, December 24 batch. Then I can start creating all the things over there. Or now we are just trying to change our view from yesterday to today. Yesterday, we were in a SaaS mindset. R looks difficult to us. Now, we changed our mindset to adopt the R. So we started running some simple commands or simple expressions. When we are writing those simple expressions, we're trying to understand that it is not very difficult. At least I don't need to write a data step, proc step, or a proc SQL step, or macros, nothing. Whatever I want to type it, simply I'm typing, just going ahead with the existing ones, right? Just got some understanding. Any packages I want to do, just I can load and I can install and load the packages. If I want to uninstall it, I can uninstall it. All these things we can do. Okay, so this is the basic class. So tomorrow, when we start with this, tomorrow class is there same time, because these are initial classes. I just want to take 2 more classes tomorrow and day after as well. So we are going to have the sessions tomorrow and day after as well. Same timings, same timings. Only thing is, tomorrow I will start with the data types. Suppose if you go to the basics of what we discussed in the syllabus, we're done with why R, introduction to R, history of R. We're done with the installation of R and R Studio and the navigation of that. We also know how to install the packages, where the packages will be available, and how to create the project, right? Now, tomorrow is the most important session where we are going to start talking about all the data types in R. That is, we are going to start with data types in R. So don't miss the class tomorrow and day after, irrespective of whether you want to continue with the sessions or not. Just listen day after tomorrow and day after tomorrow, then take a decision whether you want to continue from the Monday or not. If you want to continue from the Monday, you can enroll it. If you don't want to continue, just listen for the next 2 days and you can drop off also, absolutely fine. No issues, nothing. Okay. All right, guys, any questions, please feel free to ask me. If you don't have the questions, I think we are overrunning by 10 minutes and we can wind up the session.
Murli, can we install any type of package, Murli?
Yes,
I mean,
all
is there any
packages are free.
dependency? No,
All
not
our
like that.
packages, no, all our packages are free.
Okay, Murli. I'm
Yeah.
asking, like, if we want to use tidyverse, should we need to install any other package, or directly we
No.
can use tidyverse as?
It will show you. Let's say tidyverse, it install in the tidyverse. If there are any dependencies, let's say I wanted to use deploy, right? It is going to show you there itself. If you see some time back when I'm installing, it's shown the three packages within the tidyverse not installed. Those explicitly I need to install if I need it. You understand, right? Tidyverse is going to be set of all the data science related packages. All of them are there. It is going to have so many things in that. Let's say around 34 to 35 in that. If any of those packages are not installing, it is going to show you the warning. Say that these 3 packages are not installed. If you need to use those, you need to install separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Murli.
Hey, hi.
The course duration will be extended to 2 months.
It's not extended, it is 2 months.
2 months plus.
Yeah.
2 months. So
2
in these 2 months, you cover project, right? In this within 2 months only.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay, thank you, Murli. Project will take how many days, Murli?
Definitely take 1 to 2 weeks of time for sure.
2 weeks.
Definitely it will take. See, because you are asking for 2 projects, not 1. Capstone project is only
Yes.
going to take 2 days, 3 days. But the moment you go with this clinical project where you need to convert SDTM, ADAM, and TLF, all these 3 together, take 1 week of time for sure.
Okay, Murli, thank you.
Yeah.
Murli,
So-
would you be sending the recording? to us
all the
today?
3 recordings yesterday, day before yesterday, today, all these 3 recordings I'm going to upload today. I'm not finding time, but anyways, tomorrow, Sunday only, Saturday, Sunday only, right? Weekend, I'm going to upload it.
along with this codes, right?
Yeah, there is nothing here for now, but still I'll upload.
Yeah. For now, it is nothing, but
Yeah,
every day, like going forward, it will be
going
there,
forward it will be. Going forward
Yeah.
it will be. Yeah.
Thank you.
Questions? Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir,
the can we write a program in this console, RStudio console, or it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like just the log? It is used
See,
as log.
RStudio console is like a series of instructions. One by one only you can write. If you want to write the program, best thing is write it in the editor like this. Here, top. You can write. Program is series of statements only. You can write it, but the visibility, the look and feel is going to be good when you go with the proper editor like this. That's the reason we prefer RStudio. Or you can do one thing. You can write a R program completely in your notepad like this. Save it. Then entire program you can run directly from the console. That also there. Write your program separately here. Save it as a .r file. And simply just by running one command from the console, you can execute the complete program. That also can be done. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Murli, whenever we are printing that name column, no Murli. So at first, when there is an error in print, at the time we are getting only error like only plus, and another time when we are when we have changed the case of name, then we got an error.
No.
So how can we
No. I'll tell you what happened. So when you go with the first time, I typed like this, print name, right? But I selected only this portion and run. I missed the parenthesis. See, now you can see it doesn't understand it. So that's the reason I'm getting the plus here. Because this command, it is not recognized. It is still expecting something from me, from the user. This is what the same thing happened some time back. Then what we did is we escape this, because the moment plus is coming, it means it is not an error. It is expecting something from the user. Input is missing. Whatever the command that you have entered, it is having missing. It is missing actually. Then escape. Now I selected the whole and I executed it. Now name is not the object that I have created here, because I have not run any of this. That is the reason it is showing that error. Hey, whatever the object, the name that you are calling, it is not there. Now I understand that this variable itself is not created. This object is not created. Now I'll create it first. After creating it, again, I'll run this program. Now I don't get this error. You getting right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Murli.
Cool.
Hi, Murli.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sunita, tell me.
You mean clinical with all is like the same structure as you have mentioned with the clinical SaaS?
Same structure. Same
Okay.
structure. R programming you are going to learn. After that, SDTM, ADAM, and TLF you are going to implement in R.
Okay.
Structure remains the same, Sunita.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. All right, everyone. Thank you then. See you tomorrow. Same time. Yeah, tell me, Krishnan.
So, for Saturday or Sunday, can we have classes around 6 p.m. if you are and team is okay?
No. 6 p.m. will not helpful for me, because the thing is my office hours got extended. I cannot take 6 p.m. Not possible.
Okay. So Saturday is working for you.
Sorry? It's working.
Saturday
Actually,
is working.
no, Saturday you're talking about. Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't heard you that properly.
Only Saturday and Sunday in case.
Is it okay to all of you? Okay, we'll take that particular decision once with the classes are started. So during tomorrow and day after, we continue with this plan. So once we have the enrollment, once we have the proper group, then we can go ahead with that particular one. Okay?
Murli, other days like it will be from Monday to Friday, right?
It's always going to be Monday to Friday until unless if I cancel any class. Even if I cancel the
Yeah.
class, I'll ask you if you're comfortable, then only I take it.
Okay.
I'm taking class
So-
in my office timing.
All right then. Any other?
Murli, should we need to use that pipe operator whenever we are changing the operation? Like if we are changing in first row, we are using filter operation and then we are using arrange. Because of that reason, we are using everywhere pipe. Is it correct, Murli?
This one you are saying, right?
That percentage.
Yeah.
Yes,
These
Murli.
are series of operations. You wanted to do what first? What is the first one, second one, third one? Series of operations. If you want to do the series of operations, yes. We'll discuss this because tidyverse is not discussed yet. This is just for understanding purpose. But what you said is right.
Okay.
What you said is right.
Okay.
This is the first thing I'm
Okay.
doing. Then I'm going with the filtering. Then I'm going with the sorting.
Okay.
And one more thing, sir. So most probably I may miss classes for Saturday, Sunday because of some household work.
Again, I'm
So
telling you, Saturday, Sunday, there won't be any classes. Only
I
tomorrow and
understand,
after.
In case, can you provide recording just for Saturday, Sunday after class?
Hey, once we
So that
started
I
with the
can watch.
batches, no, once we started with the batches, you are going to get all the recordings, right? Why Saturday, Sunday, Christian? You will get everything, don't worry. I know what you are coming, from where you are coming. I know that. It is not like I'm not going to provide the recording
Because
to you.
I don't want to miss class, but there are chances, highly
That's
chances.
okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, sir, no issue. I will try to.
No, you will not miss it. Even if you miss it, I'm going to provide it. Don't worry about it. Don't take things too serious. Right? Okay. Everyone
Okay.
have life.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you then. See you
Bye, sir.
tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye. Bye. Yeah.
Thank you, Murli. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.